Hey everybody, my name is Ashley Rush and I'm an independent creative memories advisor located in North Carolina. I'm back! Not only did I take a little break for the holidays to spend time with my family, but I took a break from showing my face for a while. You guys have just been looking at my hands. That was two reasons. The big reason is my room has been a disaster and there's been lots and lots and lots of renovations. It doesn't look like there has been, but lots of big changes here in my craft room. Maybe one of these days I can give you guys a tour and let you see the whole thing. But yeah, it's just nobody wanted to see the mess that was going on here, so we just had some hand videos. No one has ever accused me of being a hand model, so I hope you guys put up with that the best you could. All right, so today I am back with a project recipe video. Everyone knows me, I love a project recipe. They are fantastic. They are created by Home Office with every single collection. It's been a while since you've seen my face, so I feel like I have forgotten how to do intros and outros. Anyways, a project recipe is created for every collection by Home Office. It's a nice cutting guide to get a really uniform looking great layout. But the true beauty in a project recipe is that you can reuse those recipes over and over and over again with different collections and different tools and come out with like really beautiful, unique looking pages. So today we are going to be looking at the black and white project recipe. This dates back to 2018, so it's been around for a long time, and I hope you guys enjoy the fresh remake that I give it today. Before we get started, we need to gather our supplies. You're going to need your 12-inch trimmer. You're going to need your border maker system. I'm using a chain cartridge, which is our brand new Shutter Love. This could probably work with an attached cartridge as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link a video that explains the difference for you. You're obviously going to need a tape runner. You're going to need 3 sheets of coordinating paper. I am using 3 from our Adventure Parks set. And then you will need 2 sheets of cardstock to serve as your base. You could also build this directly on your page and forego your cardstock, especially if you want a black or white background. All right, I'm going to move some of my tools aside. I don't need them quite yet, namely my border maker system. I'm going to kind of clear my space. When I work on my project recipes, I normally like to lay out my bases so that as I cut, I just kind of loosely put the pieces where they belong. So it's it's easier to assemble later on. All right, so I'm going to pull out my 12-inch trimmer and I'm going to get our first sheet and start making my cuts. All right, my first sheet, I'm going to use this yellow here. It only needs to be 11 inches, so I'm going to trim 1 inch off of my paper here. I'm trying to decide which way I'm going to want this pattern to go later on. Let's see. I'm going to trim 1 inch off this way. Okay, you can set that aside. You're not going to need it, but it makes a cute little border for you to use with your scraps. Okay, I'm now going to give my paper a 1/4 turn. I'm going to flip it over to the yellow. That's just easier on my eyes. And now I'm going to make a 3-inch cut. That 3-inch piece is going to go on your right-hand side, so I'm going to put that over there. Now I am going to make a 1-inch cut. You're actually going to be using the reverse of that side, and it's also going to go on your right page. Now I'm going to make a 6-inch cut. This is going to go on the left page. I'm just going to slide that under there. And then last you have a 2-inch piece left. That's also going to be the reverse. So I'm just going to sit this right here. So again, I'm just roughly putting these where they belong. Already a super cute pattern is forming. Time for my next sheet. I'm going to pull out this red piece here. And I want to be able to, again, preserve this pattern. I want my pattern to be able to go long ways. So when I'm doing these first cuts, I'm going to turn it a quarter so that my stripes are going up and down, okay? So I'm going to make a 6.5 inch cut first. All right, I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna take that 6.5 inch piece and I'm gonna give it a quarter turn. All right, so now I'm gonna make a 4.5 inch cut twice. All right, so I'm actually gonna be using this red piece here. I'm gonna do that again, another 4.5 inch cut. All right, I'm left with quite a large piece. I'm gonna set that into my scrap pile for me to use a later time. All right, so I've got these 2 large mats. They're going to go roughly here and here. Okay, now I am going to set my trimmer aside for just a minute, and I'm going to pull out my remaining film strip piece. It's red on the back, and I need to also pull out my border maker system. So I will be using, as I said, my brand new Shutter Love cartridge. So cute, features a camera and a heart. Now I really love the border maker system. It's so versatile. It allows you to create a ton of different designs. If you're not familiar with it, I can link that video as well that tells you how to use it. I'm just going to load this sucker up. Okay. Start at the top and work my way down. How cute is this border? Oh my goodness, adorable. So I need to do that one more time. So unload the paper, bring that tray back up and load it right back in. All right, again, I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. And I have another adorable border. Need to take a second to clean up my punch poop. I do want to point out that you do get these adorable little hearts left over in your punch poop. So if you are into saving all the tiny little bits, you can save this and use them on this page or a page later on. Super cute confetti for Valentine's Day card. All right. I'm now going to take that remaining sheet. It's red on one side and it's got my my film strip on the other, and I'm going to cut a 1 1/4 inch strip. I've got that first piece here, just going to set that there. And now I am going to cut a second 1 1/4 inch strip. I do think I'm going to be a little extra. And I'm going to see if I can line the pattern up perfectly. I'm going to take, this is not something you have to do, but I know it's something that'll bother me if I don't do it. So I'm just taking about 1/8 of an inch off of my pattern here, so that I think now when I cut, yes, it'll be pretty much close to perfect. So now I'm gonna do that again, 1 1/4 inches. Did I do that too big? Or did I do this one too small? Because they're not lining up like I thought. Oh, I did all that extra work. And they're not the same. I think I cut this one too small. That's okay, I'll figure it out. But I'm going to show you guys how this is going to look. Oh wait, I'm not even done. So this is going to go somewhere roughly here. Roughly there. With our little cameras over top. All that extra work to line everything up, and it might not even be necessary. Okay, now I need to cut my very last sheet. Pull my trimmer back out. This is going to help make some mats. I want to make sure that my tickets are going side to side like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is give it a 1/4 turn so that the stripes are going up and down. And I'm going to make a 3-inch cut. This step isn't necessary, but I want to preserve like a large chunk of this pattern, which I will do with my cuts, but this gives me a nice 12-inch piece instead of some leftovers. All right, so now that I've made that 3-inch cut, I'm going to turn it back this way so that the long is going side to side. And I'm going to start by making a 4.5-inch cut. All right, set the big piece aside. I'll come back to that. Now I'm going to take this, give it a 1/4 turn, and make another 4.5-inch cut. This gives me 2 squares. One of them is going to be reversed. One of them is going to go, I just don't know which one I'm going to do quite yet. Let's start by doing that, I think. Now I've got my large piece here. I'm just going to give that a 1/4 turn. And I'm going to make another 4.5-inch cut. Actually, let's do this again. Let's make it a 6.5-inch cut. I'm trying to save us an extra cut there at the end. So moving this over. All right, this is extra. You can put that in your scrap pile. Now I'm going to give that a 1/4 turn so that my stripes are going up and down. And I'm going to make that 4.5-inch cut. All right, so now I have 2 more mats. I'm done with the cutting. I can set my trimmer aside. And again, this is all messy right now, but these guys are going to go roughly here and here. So it's kind of a lot going on. I can't decide if I like that my red cameras on top with the whatchamajilly, the film strip on the bottom. So feel free to mix things around, experiment. You can also take this time to flip your patterns around, see what you like better. I often will do this with the mats. Sometimes I end up liking them to be all the same pattern, going the same direction. Sometimes I like it when they are mixed and matched like that. Let's see if I can. Oh, that is kind of nice. The stripes line up nicely, sort of. So I don't know, what would you guys do? Would you have matching mats here, or would you have them mix and match? And then how did you like the bottom? Did you like the bottom with film strip on top of red, or red on top of film strip? Honestly, I think if it were up to me, I like this black on red, but I think I would just go back and cut this out of black instead of the film strip, just so that you can really see the pattern. So now I just have to make some final decisions about my pattern and go ahead and tape it all down. And through the magic of editing, I am done. I really love how this turned out. It's just so bright and fun and vibrant. As you can see, I did make a couple of changes. So, namely, I did go back and end up cutting that border maker chain out of black cardstock. It's a little cleaner. It's not so distracting, especially with all of the other stripes going on this page. Having that film strip stripe was just a little too much for me. Another change I made is, and these were supposed to be reverse of each other, so this was supposed to be this pattern, and then the other side was that ticket pattern. I ended up just going with the stripes. Again, kind of the same reason. There's a lot going on, and it just looked a little cleaner for my eye. It's a personal preference. That's kind of the great thing about these project recipes, is that you get to alter them to fit your needs and your tastes. I also went ahead and added my embellishments. So I've got a cluster here, a little mini title, and then another cluster here. Since this one is overlapping on two of my different photo mats, I only tacked it down where it's not going to overlap a photo. This way, when I have my photos printed, I'm able to slide them in. Let's see if I have an example. So here I have a 4x6. Since it's not tacked down there, I would be able to just kind of put this in, and it fits perfectly just like that. And then the same for up here, but with a 4x4. This holds very easily. Let's see, 4 4x6s, so 1 2 3 4, and then a 4x4 here as well. I've given myself a place to journal in this cluster, but there's little spots kind of all over that you can add your own little journaling to. Now, I couldn't resist doing this with another collection. So here I took Nordic Winter and sort of made it my own as well. Here, the big change, I didn't add the borders on the bottom. So you remember I have this 1 1/4 inch border and then a border maker punch here. On this one, I took that out. I did punch it, but it just was too distracting, especially with the papers that I had chosen. It didn't fit. But I'm really happy how this turned out in the end. This cluster over here is lacking something. It needs a little something else, so I'll probably add to it later. But I've got a place to journal. I could throw in a small picture here, and then I still have 1 2 3 4 spots for pictures. And that's if you want like a full 4x6 or 4x4. I could also do little like 2x4 or no, 3x4 photos here and cram in a lot more. It's really up to you and how you want to put in your photos. What did you guys think of that video? I love that this had so many easy cuts, although I feel like I kind of made it more complicated by trying to trim things off and line things up while I was cutting. If you ignore those suggestions and just like cut, bang, 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 so easy. Did you guys have a preference on which finished product you liked better? Did you like the Adventure Parks? Or did you like the Nordic Winter? I think it's kind of hard to compare them because they are two totally different collections. I love how bright and fun and colorful this one turned out, and I just love the serene way that this turned out. I love that they are literally the same project recipes. I made a couple of tweaks and they look very, very different. For one thing, like I left the journaling space up here on this one. Here I used one of the 4x6 areas to do journaling. So just making small changes like that makes the pages look totally unique. So I look forward to hearing which one you guys like better. And I would love to see pictures of you guys using this project recipe. So if you use this project recipe, take a picture of your finished page and then you can send it to me or tag me in it on Facebook or Instagram. I'm posting like almost daily content on both of those platforms, and you can find them at Scrap with Ash. So on Instagram, it's just plain old at Scrap with Ash, and on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Scrap with Ash. All right, so those are my business pages, and those are also the best way to send me messages one-on-one. I do check those messages and write back daily, usually pretty quickly, but give me some grace, you know, I am a family woman. Also, speaking of Facebook, I have just posted all of my in-person like events for the rest of the year. So I'm doing a two-day event every other month. That way, if you need to travel from a little further away, you can get the benefit of having everything right there ready for you. You get to leave your stuff out overnight and come back and start scrapping in the morning. It is so much fun. I am in the process of putting together my virtual events. So I am thinking I'm going to do a simple page class towards the end of every month where I can mail you out a kit or you can order it ahead of time. If this is something that you are interested in, please let me know. I think it could be a lot of fun. And at the end of the year, you will have finished 12 two-page spreads, so 24 pages total. Perfect to put together for your album. I'm really excited about that idea, but I want to make sure there's interest first before I start putting everything together. Also super excited, this is kind of going back towards the in-person events. I have scheduled my all-you-can-make event. So this was inspired by that Japanese event I went to while I was visiting Tokyo, where Minami had all of her customers come and she had pre-made kits and you could make as many kits as you wanted for one price. Obviously there were some rules and I have some rules too, but I was so excited and so inspired. I have scheduled that for February. If you are interested in coming, please let me know. I can give you more information. It will be located in North Carolina. I have coupled it with also a create your own card bundle class, just so that you could have a full day if you wanted, or you could just come for a partial day. All right, guys, I think that's it about my events. Yeah, in-person events, all you can make event, scheduling those virtual events. If you liked anything you saw in this video, the Nordic Winter, the Adventure Parks, please visit my Creative Memories website. You can find that at creativememories.com/cm/AshleyRush. I am always very grateful for your business. And if you see a lot of things you like and you think you might want to give this a go and get a discount and build a business, let's talk about having you join my team. I am always looking to add to my team and I would love to have you join it. All right, guys, I think that is it for me. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.